Uh-oh. Here the predator department. Here the predator department. That's right. Oh, you see them right down there? Look, surveilling me within the home and trying to, again, use reverse psychology, right? Every time I walk towards the door, they use the sirens again, like I said. Anyway, so earlier today, I went to Kings Plaza. Let me do my introduction before I forget. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So earlier today, I went with Pam and the kids to Kings Plaza to get their glasses. And, so at Kings Plaza, of course, they have to run their PSYOPs, right? But anyhow, the kids got their glasses. She had gotten her glasses about a week before, and she said she couldn't see out of them. So today now, when she went to return her glasses, it turns out that the eye doctor told her which lens to get, right, for her eyesight. But she chose a different lens. She wanted the same lens that she had before, but a little stronger. But that's not what was recommended. Had she had gotten what was recommended, it would have been fine. And I told her, I said, Pamela, see, this is what I'm talking about. You don't listen. You go to the eye doctor, he took your eyesight, you did an eyesight examination, he gave you whatever prescription, and that's what you should have gotten. But you, as usual, because you don't listen, want to go and you do your own thing. So now, the prescription that she needed, she had to pay an extra $300 and something. So it's like, wow. So now she had to she's going to get the same prescription she had before, but a little less, strong, right? So I'm saying, it's like, I keep telling her, I said, you prove my point all the time. You don't listen. And so on our way back, they had that vehicle that I posted a video on with the fire trucks, the number 32 in the license plate, and she was doing everything to stay behind that vehicle. Even when there was a car in front of us, she literally go around the car just to get back in front of the car with the number 32 in the license plate. And I peeped it. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man, go ahead. You wanna cross me so bad. I just like, go ahead, man, go ahead. If it's that important to you, go ahead. If you're that hungry, go ahead, bro. You know what I'm saying? If it's that important to you, go ahead, man. Yeah, of course you're wearing all black, right? So I said, jump out of that vehicle, but I guess the synchronization didn't quite work. So I said, okay, fine, I'll let you go ahead. Because again, I got to document this shit. That's why. To show people what's going on. All right, to the desperation that they'll engage in. And so anyhow, so we get upstairs, and she starts talking to me. Because I guess she feels that, hey, when I were her, I didn't exhibit the fight or flight, so they were going to act as if, again, right, that they have not psychologically harmed me in any way. Again, that's the fallacy, because I'm always using my defense mechanism, right? So, So anyhow, get back upstairs in the house. Again, she started talking to me. I was talking to, before I got back in the house, I was talking to a gentleman the guy, a guy with locks. I see him, it's the second time I see him with this young teenager. And he was like, talk to him. He wanted me to talk to him about some of the things that I was talking to him about. And I did, talk to him about, listen, you're young, you need to get into STEM. You know what I'm saying? I said, if you're not going to go to college for a degree, then go to trade school, right? Okay. Then go to trade school. Get into plumbing, electrician. AC and refrigeration. Construction. You know, go to a trade school, right? Because again, you know, when you gotta look at the job market, and black people do not look at the job market. They don't. You know, they just say, okay, this is what I want to do, and you know, without doing any sort of research in terms of, you know, what's the pay rate, what's the starting pay rate, you know what I'm saying? Is there any, if you work for a company, are there any long-term benefits or what have you, health benefits, stuff? You don't do none of that stuff, right? So a lot of black people end up going into like liberal arts program and all this stuff, and then, you know, they take out tens of thousands of dollars in debt, right, for a liberal arts degree or some English degree, and, you know, work in a job that's paying their minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been able to follow the job market in terms of what it is that I was doing when I was working, and to better myself, you know, for the next step, because I always follow where the industry was going. You know, I was never the type to stay stagnant, you know, and then I became a target. So, you know, there goes that, right? So I was talking to him, I was telling him about, you know, what you need to get into is African spirituality, right? Not that religious BS, because again, there's something that, you know, you're indoctrinated with. You know, I understand your parents is indoctrinated with, just like my parents was indoctrinated with it, and so, you know, we want to tend to indoctrinate our kids. I said, but when you come into the truth, right, and religion is not the truth, regardless of what they tell you, religion is not the truth. It is based on lies. It is based on myth, right? That is not to say that there isn't truth in there, but you have to understand the esoteric knowledge of what it is that, you know, of what they took and turn it into this simple version of it, but it's psychologically devastating to the minds of black people, right? So we need to understand that. And you know, so I was out there for a little bit, got in the house, and Pat was like, "You forgot your kids?" I said, "No, I didn't forget my kids." I said, "You know, Alyssa was in the car with her, and Ethan came with me." I said, "But Ethan, you know, he's old enough. He's 15. He can stand up and see, you know, and listen. You can stand up and listen to you talking, because I'm also talking about this stuff, you know, and you know, but it's just that." Like I said, you know, so she come in there, and I said, why you say that? You know, I said, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's what she does. She abandoned our kids. Okay, I don't abandon our kids, but you know, she gotta, like I said, she gotta share the blame, right? She gotta do things to where she can say shit like that, right? Again, you guys know me. You guys see my videos all the time. I don't abandon my kids, right? Even when it's not my weekend, I still go over there and spend time with their kids. Even when she goes out, I'm still there with them, right? For the most part. So, but you know, that's the game the female narcissist would play, okay? And they got her so conditioned, and again, you know, using the microwave radio wave, because it was in the mall, you know, it was a perp fest, you know, they have my kids even targeting me at times. But I just, you know, I just, like I said, I ignore it when it comes to my kids, because, and for the most part, you know, I use my defense mechanism on her a lot, not with my kids though, but with her, I do. And so, like I said, so, you know, we got back in the house, and, you know, she came into the living room, and, you know, she takes her pants off and leave her on the living room floor. Now, remember, I had said to her, I said, listen, I'll watch the kids while you go, but you need to clean up a bit, right? Has she done that? Nope. Nope. So what they're trying to do is trying to, again, use manipulation and deception, and trying to use, you know, other people to try to, you know, engage in false accusation and shit like that, because they figure that they're going to try to what do you call it? Try to blackmail me or whitemail me into watching the kids for her, you know? But like I said, she is not willing to even do that. So, you know, here's the funny thing too, because when we was at the mall, when we was at the glasses place, after she got the kids' prescription, and they told her that's going to be, you know, another $300 or something for the new lens for her frames, she left. Right, we went upstairs, so I had to go to his bathroom. She was like, "Oh, I gotta go. I'm gonna go back downstairs again because I'm gonna see if I can this and that." Right, so she go and talk to him. I guess it didn't work out. Left again. Then she went back again. And I said to her, I said, listen, Pamela, come on. You know, you keep going back and forth. But the reason why she does that because they want to test my level of patience with her, right? Again, they always put you through these tests, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, anybody would get a little agitated, particularly if you're a man, right? So, you know, I said, listen, fine, but I'm not, that's it, I'm not coming back. If we leave, we're leaving. I'm not turning around and coming back, right? So anyhow, you know, so that was it. After she did what she had to do or what have you, then she's like, okay, fine. I'm like, all right, fine. And so had she done what I had told her to do in the beginning, she would not have to feel so bad about paying that other extra $300 for her mistake, right? Because again, she would not have spent over $1,200 for these kids' glasses and her glasses, which is, like I said, which is ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. And like I said, the way how my son loses his glasses, our son loses his glasses, and then our daughter, that's you know, it's like, but you know, okay, it is what it is. She don't listen. She don't want to listen, and that, what can I say? What can I do? But anyhow, I didn't want to overstay my welcome, you know. So I was like, let me go home tonight, and because again, like, you know, when I sleep over there, the New York Credit Department, they have been relentless in terms of the remote door monitoring, to where I am not getting any sleep at night. It is constant. Okay, it is constant, and you know, I usually is able to fall asleep. But like today, when I take my daughter to school, came back, it was just me and my son, and I went to sleep. I got like a 3 hour nap, and you know, and then I took another half an hour. You know, so I felt much better. And it's a funny thing too, because when I'm at my house, they're targeting me during the night too. They go to remote door monitoring, but not to the extent they do it when I'm over there with her. I mean, they are constantly monitoring my thoughts. And, you know, what that does is that you start to have racing thoughts, right? You start to have thoughts that you probably wouldn't have, right? Because not only that too, but now, while they're doing the stuff, you become adversarial, right? So I want you guys to understand that this is what they're doing, that they're creating a certain mindset. Look at them, New York Credit Department. There you go, there you go. Right, so they're creating a certain mindset or a certain behavior pattern by doing what they do. Okay, but then they want to manipulate you, the perps, the community, into thinking that this is this individual's behavior, and that's the way it is. But no, we know how brainwashing works. Okay, it's not like we don't know how brainwashing works. We know how brainwashing works. We know what it is that they do. Okay. Again, it's the masses of people that don't quite understand. So this is why, like I said, you know, a big part of me doing this video is to educate the public as to what's going on, right? One of the barbers at the shop walking around grabbing the scratch. Walking around grabbing the scratch, man. Like, wow. Anyhow. So again, how they create trauma within people, how they victimize people, they continue to victimize people because, you know, they love to play these games, and I'm talking about the dark triads, and getting and manipulating the public into engaging in these sort of games, because that's what they do. That's the psychopaths love games, right? The sociopaths, you know, the Machiavellian personality traits and types, they love to play games, right? And like I said, within the society, they will choose people in who they can experiment on, as well as, you know, engage in these sort of games, because again, not only do they get enjoyment out of it, but they get to understand exactly how to shape people's personalities, you know, in any form, fashion, manner that, you know, in which they will do, and they can. Right, so we gotta understand that. You know, one of the things that they do, again, when it comes to brainwashing, is to always create a criminal mind, or to try to create a criminal mind based off of covert psychological operation and covert operation, physical operation. Okay? And so, like I said, the books you need to read. Rape of the Mind by Joss Melou. Dark Persuasion. I forgot who wrote that. And Dark Psychology, Victor Sykes. The Dark Persuasion is called Dark Persuasion: A History of Brainwashing in the Media and Social Network, in the news media and social, something like that, right? So just Google Dark Psychology: A History of Brainwashing in the Media and Social Network, or something like that, right? Very, very important books to read. And also, again, learn about psychological conditioning from the basics, from classical conditioning, operant conditioning, societal conditioning. Anyhow, talk to you guys on the next video.